So goal today was to get up early and go to church because it's Easter Sunday. But totally did not wake up early, actually. Did meditate and do yoga, so yeah, so I guess it's just coffee time in the camera.
Every time you're feeling low, you can always call my name. When your life is getting worse and you're not the one to blame, I can take you higher, I will light your fire. I can take you to the place where there's no expire to your deep desire. You don't need to be afraid. Keep rising, 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 rising.
Yeah. Gas stations in Seattle.
Bad days are passing by. We'll keep rising, rising upon the sky. We'll keep rising, rising, rising. Bad days are passing by.
Coffee always hits the spot, that's for sure.
Stop.
I thought I'd head up to Capitol Hill and God, it's beautiful. Check out some churches that I used to go to since I slept through everything. found a little place to sit and maybe talk a little bit. I guess today's supposed to be about kind of starting over, like the hope that maybe you can start over again. And I'm not trying to get religious at all, which from a creative point of view is just sort of amazing, like setting fire to your past, to all the things that sort of got you to where you are today, your whole journey. I like to reflect on today a lot. That's why I kind of wound up going to a church and just sort of sitting and thinking about, I guess, the idea that you could pursue your creative life. For me, it's been a constant struggle always since I've been a kid. Dad, it was more about business and sports, and then my mom had sort of like the artistic side, and then me sort of wanting to do both of those, and not always mixing well, I guess, or not finding kindred spirits all the time in sports. And so I guess the idea that you can leave behind all the parts about you that just aren't serving you anymore, the parts that aren't helping you get to where you want to be. For me, it's an everyday battle. It's a constant practice. It's exactly what it is. It's a practice of trying to put in the steps of gratitude, to look at your life where you're strong, the things you're grateful for, the people that you're grateful for. And also, you are where you're at sometimes, just sort of surrendering to, this is where I'm at, got to face it, get through it, and then grow from here. For me, this is like my whole life starting over in a way. 30 felt like this. When I turned 30, my whole life kind of did a 180. It was extraordinary. And I think I said in my last vlog, I spent the next 20 years with a Buddhist teacher and studying and traveling around the world. And so turning 50, I feel like it's the same thing again. I have this sort of, I can define my own terms, start over the way I want to start over, and live the way I want to live. There's always going to be bumps and bruises and setbacks, and you just have to be kind of like a warrior and just kind of keep sticking to your guns, man, and fighting and doing the right thing and trying to live a life that's authentic to you, and being kind to yourself and taking care of yourself. And, it's a sort of, what is it, like this kind of deal? Life is, the Buddha said that life is suffering, this place is, I think the definition of suffering for Buddhism is that any event which ends in pain, the whole event was considered suffering. So, and we see that a lot in our life, that, we have lots of ups and downs and happinesses, and all of a sudden, little setbacks and stuff. And so I think it's all on how you take those or how you respond to them. And so the stronger that you can get at responding to them more positively, and then sort of planting the seeds for the future of your life, you become sort of an example for other people. Up until that point, we're all just sort of trying to work it out. So, beautiful blue wall here, though, by the way. It's kind of putting yourself in different situations all the time, especially creatively, trying to find ways to see things from different points of view, different angles. So, and I love blue. It'd be cool to live by the ocean, wouldn't it? I hope that sort of makes sense. If I have anything else to say, we'll say it later in my Jeep. Alright, cool.
معنا اليوم فنان صاعد ركز على بناء جسور فنية بين الوسطين الغربي والشرقي. فنان دمشقي حاز على شعبية مبهرة بفترة وجيزة. نرحب بضيفنا الأستاذ شيطاني. نرى ما تمر به الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية في الآونة الأخيرة. هل هناك شعور بعدم الأمان؟ شاركنا بما عندك. حدثنا عن تجربتك كمواطن سوري مقيم في الغرب.
عم نتخانق مين نأيد ومين نعادي، كله عالفاضي نحنا عم نأيد شي تاني أبدا مو عادي. ثورة فكرية لا تسألني شو في براسي، حلمي عم يجي للحقيقة. جوني سميث from the dead zone, don't get me wrong. I live two worlds but I keep feeling like I'm home alone. حنت للناسي ودي يكون ببلادي، متغرب من عمري 17 ضليت متحمل، بسمع لك عبرة وضلك مكمل. سوريا نيالي صار شغلي شارك حياتي من اليوم الأول، حتى صورك بمحلي عم تسمع لي والحقيقة بقالب فني. فالا تكاري من عالكمبيوتر لقيتني الفرصة، مالك مصدق قالوا رابك شي تاني، تفضل امرني. طولع عم يوسف رابي قلتله يا للصدفة بلشنا التسجيل عيونه أكدت لي موهبة ما لا صدفة، ومن وقت الجمهور مستني لأخطي الخطوة. سوا 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 لا تركز عالسالب، طلع كيف فيك تساعد. طلع شوف ابوك اذا بده شي احسن ما تضلك قاعد. شلون بتمضي يوم بدون ما يكون في شي ينميك؟ الوقت سيف علمني سر حديد، يا سموني مجنون قالوا الغارب نازعني. تاني العدو بالخيانة اتهمني وجريمتي اني مبهور بالغرب. روحي من الشر وصفي جسر، تعلمت اللعبة وبفهم بالاصل هدفي الواصل. لا تتهمني بالتلفيق، بكره بتكمل الصورة بالمستقبل القريب. اوعك تتأخر بالتسليم مثل ما قال المثل او الشاعر. قطار ماشي في كم كرسي، لحق حالك قبل ما تصفي وحدك. حامل روايات بين العالم عم تتداول، ما لا اثر لسه مع هالعالم عم تتحاور. لا تحكي عن الفعل كون الفاعل، لا تعلق بالماضي كون بين مين ببناء مستقبل عم يساهم. ايه سوا 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 سوا.
So that was a super nice walk on Capitol Hill. God, it makes me miss travel. All my friends all over the world in, like, I don't know, Taiwan and Israel and Singapore and China. Makes me want to travel when I walk around. Probably why I always have a suitcase by me all the time. Always ready to go.
معنا اليوم فنان صاعد ركز على بناء جسور فنية بين الوسطين الغربي والشرقي. فنان دمشقي حاز على شعبية مبهرة بفترة وجيزة. نرحب بضيفنا الأستاذ شيطاني. نرى ما تمر به الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية في الآونة الأخيرة. هل هناك شعور بعدم الأمان؟ شاركنا بما عندك. حدثنا عن تجربتك كمواطن سوري مقيم في الغرب.
عم نتخانق مين نأيد ومين نعادي، كله عالفاضي نحنا عم نأيد شي تاني أبدا مو عادي. ثورة فكرية لا تسألني شو في براسي، حلمي عم يجي للحقيقة. جوني سميث from the dead zone, don't get me wrong. I live two worlds but